Hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to another Redmond Roundup where I explain my controversial opinions and point of views to open discussion in the comments down below. Guys, what is this? What is this monstrosity that I have got on my chinny chin? Out of 10, how much potential? How much potential? Like, are we talking Kylian Mbappe, funnily enough titled the video, or are we talking Erling Haaland? Like, are we just talking like Jay Spearing or something along those lines? John Joe Shelby. John Joe Shelby's alright at footy, actually. I don't even know why I just said that. He's just inconsistency. Anyway, welcome back to James Redmond TV. We're going to be talking about Kylian Mbappe and the recent reports from multiple sources all over Twitter, Instagram, and the web regarding his position at PSG at the moment. So, a little bit of context. He signed a new deal with PSG, basically got ownership of the football club, and that was all through the battle between PSG and Real Madrid, who were battling it out. Real Madrid wanted Mbappe. You know the story. You don't need me to explain it to you. And then, since then, there's been a lot of controversy around Mbappe's position at the club, and now you've got recent reports suggesting that Mbappe is not happy with the current position of a football club, which apparently he has a lot of influence over. So, what does this mean? Why is a Liverpool fan talking about Kylian Mbappe again when it's probably not going to happen? That's the point of the video. People are linking Kylian Mbappe to Liverpool at the moment. There's people, and this is what's mad about it. So, you know the backstory between Real Madrid and PSG. Kylian Mbappe has now came out and said he's not happy with the current situation of the club, which furthermore means he wants to leave. Surprise, shock, horror. And the reason why it's actually strongly linked to Liverpool is because PSG reportedly don't want to sell Kylian Mbappe to Real Madrid. That's a huge part of the story. PSG do not want to offload Mbappe to Real Madrid. Mbappe's still got a couple of years left on his contract. That means PSG have to say. It's not like last time where Mbappe's contract was running out, so he was free to talk to whoever he wanted, and it was just open season. It's like when you split up with your ex-girlfriend. It's open season. You can go to town, go and do with as many girls or men as you so please, and be so happy with that. And Mbappe had that freedom and decided to go back to the ex-girlfriend. It hasn't worked out. Relationships end for a reason, and here we are back to square one, where Kylian Mbappe is linked with Liverpool. Now, if all those points are true, if Mbappe wants to leave, I wouldn't be so surprised about that. If he can't go to Real Madrid because PSG don't want to sell him to Real Madrid, I can understand that. Remember the time when the PSG owners were talking about how La Liga's unfair and Real Madrid and Barcelona are seedy, and they spoke out on Barcelona's situation. PSG don't like Real Madrid and Barcelona. Why? Because they've got the title that PSG want, which is being the biggest club in the world. If they don't want to do business with Real Madrid, I can thoroughly understand that. And on top of that as well, it's their choice. Mbappe doesn't have to say, Real Madrid don't have to say, PSG do. So would they be more willing to sell Mbappe to another club for a cheaper price than what they would have to Real Madrid if Real Madrid really, really wanted Mbappe? Not to mention that Jose Perez came out and said that he doesn't want Mbappe no more. Now, that is definitely bullshit. If he had the chance to sign a player who's going to get as many shirt sales as Kylian Mbappe and get the numbers that Kylian Mbappe would get, then fair enough. Like, I'm sure he's going to forget about that statement that he said and go and sign Mbappe. It's all negotiation tactics, people. But let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. However, if all that is true, I don't think it is. I don't think we're ever getting Mbappe. While I'm alive, I will never see Mbappe in a Liverpool shirt. What I do think, though, however, is would you even want a player like Kylian Mbappe? Oh, James, well, why wouldn't you want one of the best young players in the world who gets loads and loads of goals? Well, he's also the same young player who gets loads and loads of goals, who is in a position where he wants the authority over the likes of Messi, over the likes of Neymar, a position where, collectively, that does not create a very harmonised squad. Mbappe is a player who's got so much say. His name is so much bigger than football clubs. And there's a lot more people who know about Mbappe than what they would about certain football clubs. That brings huge influence, and that brings maybe the wrong influence, because it doesn't look like he's had the right influence at PSG. And I want to ask you the question, even outside of him being a good player, and yes, if we sign Mbappe, I'm going to get excited, I'm going to be intrigued, and I'm going to see, if you told me if I wanted Mbappe, I'd say yeah. But the point is, do you want a player who is going to be actually a detriment possibly to the overall team, even if he's getting numbers himself, and he's most likely going to be in a position where he can leave after 2 seasons anyway. In fact, I've just changed my own mind. No, I wouldn't want Mbappe. I wouldn't want someone who's not going to be committed to Liverpool long term, because even though Real Madrid isn't open right now, as reports say, it still doesn't mean it's not going to be open in the future, where it's a potential possibility where he's getting to the last year of his contract at Liverpool. And if he joins, and then Real Madrid come and swoop in and get him. So he's not a long-term solution, and he's not better for the overall cohesion of the squad. Why do you want him? You just want him because you want Mbappe at Liverpool. That's the only thing. And I can see Liverpool wanting to get this done. We was one of the 3 teams that wanted to get the deal over the line. Mbappe just didn't want to come to us. But another thing the last thing to why I think it's possibly not true, or definitely not true, let's be honest, let's not batter smoke and mirrors, is because Mbappe is in a position where he's talking about wanting to leave PSG because they're not fulfilling his ambitions. Liverpool, in the position that we're in, will not fulfill Mbappe's ambitions. In fact, Manchester City would be more worth going out and buying Mbappe right now than what we would, because at least he's going to a team that's winning loads and loads of trophies. That would be mad, Mbappe and Haaland in one team. But I don't want to be paying extortionate money for someone who isn't guaranteed to make Liverpool a world beater. I don't want to pay loads of money for someone who's going to cause any detriment to the squad. And on top of that, the reason why I'm happy is because I don't think we're even going to get him. And I don't, even though he might not go to Real Madrid, and yet he might want to leave, PSG will find a way to keep him. So let's not make a big thing out of this rumour. Liverpool fans, don't get excited. As Mr. James Redmond TV, I'm here to give you my controversial views and opinions. I don't think the one I done in this video was that much. When I said we're not going to get Mbappe, and I don't want to get Mbappe, let me know in the comments down below if you would get Mbappe. Well, would you take Mbappe? And on top of that, do you think we will get him? Because the answer that I have to both those questions is no. But anyway, that has been today's Redmond Roundup. Tomorrow, we've got some juicy content coming out with Turkish, who's going to be touching on the Arsenal game. Obviously, we know Turkish from the Big Six. Huge guest on the channel, so appreciate him taking the time. And it's going to be good to have that conversation, a rationalised conversation where we can find a common ground on what went right, what went wrong, and have a good discussion in the process. So make sure you tune in for that. Big up for all the support on the recent videos as well, because yous have been absolutely smashing it. Clicking on the videos, liking the videos, subscribing. Thank you for 60k. And yeah, the videos have been booming recently. Big up to all the Arsenal fans, even though you're here to laugh at me, who've came over and subbed to the channel. I done a video earlier regarding how Liverpool were robbed, because Alex done a rant on the COP TV. Go and watch that if you really want to. Alex had a funny rant. And watch the full podcast on the COP TV as well. But anyway, I'm bored, and you know what? I will leave you all to it. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you all in a bizzle. Peace out.